And it says we're live. The Lambda Cartel. In this session, it is Adam, Mitch, and Pablo. I'm Scott Nimrod, and this is meant to be a 15-minute demo of the client side of what we have. And I'm just going to go straight to it. I'm going to share my screen. Come here, share screen, yo. And it says I'm sharing my screen. Can everybody see my screen?
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
All right.
I have pinned it.
Okay, so I added a join button, which is essentially the register button. And I don't know if you like my little slogan right here, linking your expertise. Anyway, and you put in your information, Scott Nimrod, ABC at abc.com. 2, 3. And does right now is it shows you your incomplete profile page, in which it migrated your initial information, your first name, last name, email address. You need to fill in your personal bio. Hi, my name is, and save that. If you notice, the navigation buttons, 2 of them are disabled. The one that is enabled is at the very top. Hence, profile is at the top up here. You hit save. And well, that's a bug because now is it a bug? Oh yeah, it's enabled. So now that you filled out your profile, we're now able to view our sources, which now comes up. The sources has been renamed from connections. A source is basically the platform such as WordPress, YouTube, Stack Overflow. I can't wait for Stack Overflow to get implemented. And you choose Stack Overflow. We say, Scott's Nimrod. About this, yeah, this should still be okay. So here you can go ahead and add your connections, right? YouTube, I think my name is Bizmonger. And you see over here, we have, some info regarding links. So when this is connected to YouTube or Stack Overflow or any other platform /username, this is going to really identify the number of links that were found on that platform based on the username that you provided. All right. You also have the option to disconnect. All right. In addition to that, so that's the sources view of your dashboard. By the way, this is a dashboard. Like we're now in the portal, hence dashboard. Okay, and you can also add a link, like some WPF title or and some url.com. All right. For the topic, we say WPF, the auto suggests, which isn't really, I hacked this together. So we now have a topic that we added. You can remove the topic if you choose to. Content type is, well, I'm selecting article. And this is where we can manually add a link. The intent of this particular view of adding a link is when, well, you may have content that doesn't necessarily belong on a platform that we have for you to choose from. So you may have your own personal blog site, or you may have some content just on, again, some arbitrary website that isn't really supported within our current sources. So you go ahead and add the link and article and then some WPF title 4. Now what I need to do is write some code so that when you add a link, this link will now show, link and then within parentheses 1, meaning you have 1 link. So that's something that's still on my to-do list. But that's pretty much it. And that is it for registering. For signing in, it's pretty much the same thing. If I type in test, no, come here. We see here that we logged in. We have, this is our navigation pane. We have 20 links. Here they go right here. Pablo, I tried to implement that little all checkbox functionality, and I struggled. I threw like a day and a half of my life at it, and I think I need to actually, me or somebody else that would like to get started in Elm can probably have their own little project in which they build the actual control of all select checkbox that will basically select all these other checkboxes and then migrate that control back into this solution. But here, this is the portal where you log in, hence dashboard up here. And oh yeah, on my to-do list is still to update the URL and get rid of the pound thing so we can support search engine optimization. But you know, you go to your links, you go to your link, you can go to your sources, you go to your profile, and that is pretty much it. It's short and sweet. That's it.
I do have a question. Well, most of the comments. You fix a lot of the, well, not fixed, but you've improved the UI. With the CSS, you've changed it. So I feel that my pull request to add Bootstrap at this moment, I think it's too early. What do you guys think?
Adam, Mitch.
Yeah, I had to unmute myself. No, not really. Like adding Bootstrap at this point, I don't think is really much of an issue.
Okay. So, what do you think, Adam? I think
Is he
Adam.
on mute?
I think he fainted.
All right. Well, he may have to handle something outside. So
No, it's okay. So, okay. So I just feel right now that let's not merge it yet. And I'll check the code and run it today and see, because we do have to move to those module-based approach. And I just don't want to create a ball of mud for others to, to deal with later.
okay. In addition to that, all this stuff is kind of right. All this stuff is running in isolation, so we're not connected to any services. The next stage is to actually connect to.
I'm actually working on the WordPress integration through RSS. I haven't pushed any code because I'm still, I have written code, but it's all throwaway stuff. And so my idea, the way I am building it, is that I assume the backend provides the front end with the RSS URL, the feed URL, and then the client pulls the feed and presents it in whatever way we choose, so that in the case of WordPress, it would just process everything on the browser, and that's it. Because I want to reduce the amount of processing done in the backend, because I don't know how big the free instance or how much processing time we have on any of the free services that we're doing. So how do you guys feel about that?
Yeah, that kind of makes sense. That does mean a lot of stuff will end up being written in Elm.
I am approaching it from a very, module like component, like very isolated code, so that I have code to read RSS, and then I have code to read a WordPress RSS.
I'm currently against it because and the reason probably doesn't make sense now, but let's say that Nikeza does start gaining traction. All right, it may not, but if it does, then that means that we have to, instead of the server being the source of truth when requesting services, if we were to build a mobile version of Nikeza, then basically we're rewriting the same logic over again for requests, and that might be okay. I just rather the server handle everything, and whenever we need to maintain that type of logic, that is just maintained on the server and not on the web application, nor iOS, nor Android.
Okay, so if I've understood correctly, do all processing on the back end, like get all the feeds, and just send the front end, the necessary data that we need for presentation. I'm
in agreement with that.
Yep.
Okay, so it's okay, because my initial idea was this was going to be a very front end, basically an SPA, or like very front end focused. But that actually makes it easier for me, because I can now go into F# and work with Adam with Giraffe. So yeah.
So one of the things about that, if you process all the stuff on the back end, we just need some kind of database or some place to store the stuff, and then who cares what you write the program in that goes and gets the stuff and puts it in the data store. I mean, you could use Python for that. I wouldn't be unhappy about that if that makes it easier. So
no, but I do want to learn Giraffe. Like, for me, since I'm a, like Scott said, backend people. See, I'm one of those backend people. It does make it easier for me. All right.
I mean, based on what you said, like, you guys are more than welcome to do front end work. That's not what I meant by server people. In fact, if you look at the open issues on the Nikeza project, there's two features that are pretty much siloed, that my vision is to plug them in after they're implemented. And so one is messaging, right? Which, I'm not an expert at domain-driven design, but you can pretty much treat it as its own siloed project and not really have to use any of the terminology that we're using here for Nikeza. And the other one, I'll talk to you guys about offline, but that can also be done siloed. I recently added that yesterday. And so you could do it in Elm. If you want to do some Elm work, then you can do that and not affect this main content provider code base. That's it. I'm done.
All right, so we are 30 seconds away. Demo looks awesome. Every time I see new demo, I'm pumped. I think you're doing great work. I think everybody's doing great work, and it's great. I feel I feel that it's great that we were able to discuss whether we want this to be back end or front end, or we have the option. That was something that was still a gray area in my mind. So that's really good. And I think we're now out of time officially. So there I go, talking too much as always. So who wants to close? Who wants to do the not the closing statement, but who wants to take it away? Nobody?
Nope.
Okay,
Nope.
so I'll take it away. So this has been the Lambda Cartel Project Nikeza demo. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.